So a really good technique to know when you're using moving rope system is what's called a ponytail, where it saves us a lot of time and energy going back up over branches and through forks. It's really important to keep a straight line from your top anchor point to where you're working. There's no point achieving a high anchor point if we've got lots of divert. So sometimes, to allow us to get a good work position, we have to drop through branches. And also I might pre-plan it that I may be able to do this part of the canopy, and in a moment I have to go over the top of another branch. So with a bit of pre-planning, once you've practiced it a few times and you can work out where the ropes need to go, it's a really good technique for saving time and energy. So imagine I've done some work on that part of the canopy. To allow me good work position, I drop through this fork here. No redirect or anything, it's just down through the fork. And now I've worked out, I've finished here, and I want to work on this side of the canopy. So the downside of my rope is already where I want to work in a minute. Okay, it's down through here, and I can go a little bit lower yet. I don't need to do the ponytail just yet, but what I want to do is, because I'm going to have to disconnect from my system, is I want to make sure I'm somewhere nice and solid. So make sure you're back near the stem, around something thick, standing on something sturdy. I see a lot of people doing this on very small branches on the end of the canopy, and it's not good idea or best practice. So once I've come a little bit lower, let's feed a bit more of that through. Pretty good there. I'm going to find a position that I can put my lanyard on, because what I'm going to do is transfer my load from my main anchor point onto this lanyard here. So a bit of slack. Okay, so now you can see I've got some slack in this system. I've got a good, nice, strong position for my lanyard. So what we do is we're going to disconnect our main line, and then this line here, which is the tail end of my rope, you'll notice as I pull it, it's taking all the slack and pulls this up and then through that fork. Now there's a big danger if I just let go of this now, that it's going to get wrapped around some of the dead wood or get caught in the fork, which then I'm then stuck. So I don't want to do that. So I want to try and keep hold of this as long as possible. And the other problem with your hitch and your pulley system there, as you pull, see how that will send your hitch up into the tree. So if I just let go of this and start pulling, as that goes up, it will probably go up and then I won't be able to grab it. So the first thing I want to do is put a knot in. Some people put it above or below the hitch. So I create some slack, and either above or below your hitch, doesn't really matter too much. Some people prefer it below, so it's not too bulky above. And it's just going to be a marlin spike. That then I clip the carabiner into it. So as I pull it up, there's no way that that hitch can go up into the canopy. Then what you want to do is hold the eye splice. Don't just let go of it. If you hold the eye splice and pull down on the eye splice, see how you've got hold of it the whole time. So if that was now to get stuck on something, because I've got hold of the eye splice, if I needed to, I could easily pull that back towards me. All right, so just now I'm going to pull that up and through the fork. This is where it gets a bit tricky. You want to pull that well clear of the fork. And then your slack will come through. Now this is the part where we eventually have to let go. So I'm happy that my hitch is clear of all the forks. I've taken all the slack out, and now in my right hand I've got a loop. So I'm going to have to let go of that loop. So before I let go, I'm just checking that I don't have any branches or any forks in between it. And then eventually I have to commit. Just let go. And just gently keep pulling. And then it will pop through the fork above us. I've now got the hitch. So I clip that back towards me. Take the knot out, And then just take all the slack out. And then the last thing you want to do is just check your lines aren't all twisted, or if you've got a swivel, that's nice and easy. Then reload the new anchor point once you've clipped it back in. Slacken off, make sure you're happy with it, and then we're good to go.